kid's book I remember reading was If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. Just kind of how it always led to, if you give a mouse a cookie, then you're going to get spilt milk, then you're going to get this, or you're going to get, I just loved how it kept going on and on and on. I love the illustrations. I can remember to this day what they look like. So that was probably one of my favorite kids' books. I can remember as a kid being a huge Marbles and Pogs fan. I used to love getting those Pogs, stacking them up as high as I could and seeing where they all went, collecting them after. My next door neighbor was my best friend growing up. We always would be outdoors playing marbles, collecting those breaker ones, if you know what I'm talking about. Those were good times. I wouldn't say it was funny, but I'll never forget it. It's literally scarred for life. I went to a private school for kindergarten and first grade, and I remember the whole class got in trouble for whatever reason, and we got put on timeout, and I chose to sit against the wall underneath a fire extinguisher. Well, it just happened to be a windy day, and the door slammed, and off comes the fire extinguisher off the hook onto my head. 13 stitches later. My favorite book growing up has to be To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. I must have read that book maybe 10 times. I really loved how that book portrayed everything you can think of, different social classes, gender roles, racial injustice. Harper Lee really addressed those issues in that book, and I really appreciated it. And that book was just educational to me personally, and I'll never forget it. My first job was when I was 16. I was a professional ice cream scooper at Baskin-Robbins, 31 flavors. Let's just say I perfected the perfect 3-ounce ice cream scoop. So I worked at Baskin-Robbins from my junior year of high school, probably to my first year of college, so almost 3 years. I had a great boss, had a great team that I worked with, coworkers. To this day, when I visit home, I'll stop by that 31 Baskin-Robbins and see my old boss and say hi to her. My favorite flavor would have to be Oreo, the cookies and cream. Yeah. I remember entering my freshman year of high school, just being really focused, really determined. I was in some AP classes. I was in the GATE program. I was really focused, hanging out with a good crowd. My sophomore year, I lost that focus and I lost that mindset. I started hanging out with a different group of people, different group of friends. I wasn't making the best choices. I had this moment of clarity where I was like, if I continue to make these choices, hang out with these individuals, I won't be successful. You know, I saw my grades starting to slip, and I knew that wasn't me. That's not what I wanted for my future. So my junior year of high school, I kind of refocused, got redetermined, focused on my education, on my sports that I played, and I ended up graduating with honors, which led me to my decision to join the military and then ultimately becoming a police officer today. I was 18 when I joined the military. I was terrified. It was my first time away from home, away from my friends, away from my family. I was going to a different state with 150 other 18-year-olds going through the same thing I went through. We had no idea what we were getting ourselves into. 20 weeks of boot camp and military police school. I learned a ton, but those first 2-3 weeks, I'll be completely honest, there were nights where I cried myself to sleep. I was scared. I wanted to go home. I had no idea what I had gotten myself into. Looking back at it now, I am so glad I made that decision to join the military. It helped me get where I'm at today. It helped me be the person I am today. I learned so much from the military. It's not for everyone. It was for me, but it's not for everyone. But I am very grateful that I joined the military at the age that I did, at such a young age, 18, because I definitely would not be who I am today without that.